Last time on Odyssey. Oof, I don't even know where to start. There's a lot. So, the band members learned that their dream state was actually not a dream at all, but rather that they were being drugged with short-term memory loss and had been reliving the same day over and over in the actual, real Florida where they'd grown up.
You ever think about, interviewing us or some shit instead of capturing us and putting us in some sort of, virtual world or dreamlike state?
Yeah, what the fuck was with that shit?
Those decisions were out of our control, ours being the scientific officers.
They discovered that what they thought was the Earth exploding all those years ago was actually just a portion of the Earth, and they are now on the United States continent portion of it.
I saw the Earth blow up. I saw that shit.
What you saw was much of the Earth blowing up, and then also just fires in the atmosphere from your escape, which was rather spectacular.
The US continent had been detached from Earth and fitted with space warping technology that allowed it to travel at incredible speeds by warping matter around it. You know, as you do.
Ours utilized the power of black holes, so we are actually manufacturing gravity at a large scale in order to propel our ship. It's why a lot of the vehicles that have been trying to come into contact us haven't been able to this whole time.
So basically, the band members are on a continental spaceship made out of what is known as the United Space of America. They also learned the people behind the drugging and the continental spaceship were all part of the Reagan administration. Ronald Reagan is basically in charge of everything now, and the Earth's great minds have been cloned, including Reagan. There are many Reagans running around. The band members' first clone encounter was with one of the many Carl Sagans.
Wait. So you guys are like robot drones?
Oh, we're not robots. We're clones. We've all
Sorry. Okay, so you're clones made from Carl Sagan, the really famous
the greatest mind
astronomer.
of our time at the time that we began this project. Yes.
This particular Carl Sagan claimed he, as well as some of his fellow clones, were not very fond of the methods that had been used, such as drugging the band members against their will. The reason the Reagan administration had been putting the band members through reliving the same day over and over was in the hopes that they would learn what happened all those years ago when the Earth was damaged. The band members were the main suspects in the case because they had stolen the Space Shuttle Challenger and somehow caused a war between the US and Russia when they left. The US eventually won the war and used their new power in the world to detach the continent and turn it into the spaceship. So that's all batshit insane. I hope you follow so far, because hold on, there's more. They also learned that Mr. Dwight, the owner of the rehab facility on the cruise ship, had been working with the Carl Sagans the past couple of months, helping them with their technological advancements.
Do you know Mr. Dwight? Was he part of this? Because it feels like he was part of this.
Yeah, he was instrumental in getting our technologies to work together. Some of the other Carls have worked side by side with him in, a lot of research in the couple months that you've all been here.
The old cruise ship was now floating above them in the style of the mothership from Independence Day, and the band members went with Carl Sagan up to the roof of one of the buildings at the university in Florida, where they found their Space Shuttle Challenger parked and somewhat dismantled, as well as some men in black looking security guards wheeling multiple cryo chambers across the roof. The band members noticed that one of the cryo chambers had Starlet inside.
Because you're using the rifle, right?
Oh, yeah.
Alright. So, yeah, it leaves the muzzle of the rifle, and then, as it gets closer to this man in black there, it starts to slow down, and you notice that the beam starts to, change colors and redshift as it slows down, and it just, starts to go impossibly slow, and it starts to, you just see, wavy lines of, heat everywhere as it does. You get the impression that you've seen power like this before.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Aldrin!
So last we met, we closed off with Charlotte Greenman firing a laser rifle at one of the two black suit wearing, sunglass wearing guards that were seeing over the cryotubes being taken off of the Miss Jackson and taken into the research facility. And as this laser beam headed towards one of the men in black, can we even call them that? I'm just gonna go with it because I don't see how you could possibly copyright the term Men in Black.
Just call them black men.
Let's not.
That wouldn't go bad at all.
Yeah, I would rather go with fight the copyright office.
Mr. Black and Mr. Dwight.
Yeah, so you fire the shot off, and he notices the shot being fired at him, and as it closes in near him, it starts like slowing down, and you see the color start to sort of redshift on it, and it slows down, and you all get the idea, like, hey, I've seen this before, and oh shit! And as I said last time, we will roll cards this time for you guys.
What's redshift?
Redshift is a term when light slows down, it goes red, where if it speeds up, it turns like blue because of the frequencies of the wavelength.
Is that like when we were at the bar in episode 0?
Well, they didn't have laser beams shooting at the guards, then they had bullets, and the bullets were ending up being affected by gravity, and as they came close to the center of gravity that these guys had, they would slow down as if they were falling into an event horizon.
Weird.
Yeah. That's kind of my goal here, if you haven't noticed. Charlotte Greenman, you got a 3 of diamonds. Allison, holy shit, got a motherfucking joker.
Now listen, I don't fuck mothers.
Do you fuck jokers?
Depends on the day and how horny I am.
All right. Oh, god damn it, James. I should have shuffled this deck better. James got a joker as well.
Don't get mad at me for that.
Well, I'll get mad at you for whatever I want.
I'll get mad at you in the ceiling, I'll get mad on the walls, I'll get mad wherever I want.
There's no way anybody could possibly get that.
Oh, actually I did feature that at the end of one of our episodes, I just don't remember which one.
Oh, that's right, you did.
Editor's note. It was the post-credits sketch at the end of Fillmore's Crossing, episode 28, Back to the Crossing.
I'll come wherever the fuck I want, James. I'll fucking come in your kitchen, I'll come on your fucking art, I'll come wherever I want.
And so, just to kind of set the scene here, you're on a rooftop. You're in pretty much the southwestern access to the rooftop, emerging out of a little protrusion that has like double doors, and around 150-ish feet to your east is another rooftop access where those 2 Men in Black style guards are standing that you shot at, and directly north of you, covering most of the roof, is the Space Shuttle Challenger. There are several pieces of it that seemingly have been removed, and also like there's the tube that is coming down from the Miss Jackson that is over in the far like northeastern corner of the roof, and from it they are unloading the cryogenic tubes that you noticed last episode, one of which features your friend Starlet in one of the tubes. Also coming from the tube down from the Miss Jackson, there's a big computer console, and it is being helmed by one of the Carl Sagans. This one is a slightly older one than the one you've been talking to, which is currently standing right kind of next to you guys. And so, you just noticed this laser beam all of a sudden like slow down to a halt, like just before hitting this suited, dangerous-looking person. Let's see, either Allison or James can go first, or it's going to be one of those guards.
I'm going to wait to see what the guard does in response.
Ditto.
All right. So the first one is going to go. It is the one being shot at. You notice that, like, as it stands there, almost getting hit by this laser beam, you see his hands go up, and he's just sort of holding them there in front of the beam, and the beam is just continually just slowing down, getting like only inches per second closer to it, and then further and further shifting red. Then the second guard is instantly going to say something briefly into his wrist, and then he's going to take out a pistol. He's going to sort of take a sidestep and get behind one of the open doors to the access to the roof. And he's going to hide behind it, giving himself cover.
Let's run toward the black guy. Damn it.
Oh, he did it! Brian, do like a buzzer sound.
Brian got in my head. I will run towards the man in black.
So that would put you at like right at the edge of the wing, right when you get back into the open from being underneath the wing of the Challenger. And are you gonna take any action at a -2?
No, I'm just going to have my gun ready to go because I saw Charlotte's shot did nothing, right?
It's still hanging in the air, and like as the time goes by, it's like getting like a darker red, but also like sort of becoming more and more transparent.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna bother with that.
You also notice that, like, just looking in that general direction, it's like kind of distorted the light all around there, and has made like sort of almost magnifying effect like around it, where you can see things really far away in a kind of distorted way behind the man in black there.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I just have my gun out and ready to go if I need to, but...
All right, and then James, you're gonna go before or after Charlie?
I'll say after.
All right. So, Charlie, what are you gonna do? You just saw your laser shot just sort of slow down and hang there.
I'm gonna go ahead and start charging towards some people, I guess.
All right, and so are you gonna do the run thing where you roll for extra movement, or no?
Nah.
Okay. So you'll be kind of like midway underneath the wing there. Let's see. James, you can go.
I'll shoot Carl Sagan by the tube.
Okay. Roll an attack. Or roll for shooting, I should say.
5 to hit.
All right. Yeah, that hits.
7 damage.
All right. Yeah, he just like and like falls forward onto the control panel, and you see the cryo tubes that are coming down the larger tube going to the ship that have all the frozen people in them. They all of a sudden just like stop in place. And you hear this like winding down sound.
Yeah, they could just make a new guy. I'll do a diving roll behind that engine-looking piece. Whatever's right behind those little thrusters with the 2 tentacles.
Okay. Oh, James there.
So James is running for the tentacles.
It's got real hentai real fast.
Yep.
You didn't have to call them tentacles, but I see where your head is.
You know what I learned the other day? Octopuses don't have tentacles. They're just called arms. And the only things that are technically tentacles are on the squids that have like the weird paddle looking things on the end with the suckers.
I don't know how you define those, differentiate between those.
Well, one's called an arm and one's called a tentacle.
Just don't know why.
Well, I guess tentacles don't have the flappy paddle things.
You mean tentacles do have the flappy paddle things. Arms don't.
Yes, that's right. Man, this is like the...
It's opposite night for Chris.
Yep.
Octopods have 8 tickles.
Almond joys have nuts, mounds don't.
So arms have suckers along most of their length, as opposed to tentacles, which have suckers near the end.
All right.
Interesting. Now that we have given everybody a biology lesson.
Well, Brian has DuckDuckGo. He could have DuckDuckGo'd it just as easily as I fucking Googled it, but he's a lazy prick and would just rather ask questions of people.
Oh, you could have made all that up, and then I would be the sucker.
Alright, and coming back up to the top of the round, it will be James once again.
I'm going to try to climb up into the shuttle.
Alright, so you can get about halfway there without doing a run action.
Oh, I want to run.
Alright, so roll a d6, and whatever you get will add 5 feet.
3.
Alright, so you can get 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah.
Allison once again.
I'm gonna try to tackle this guy so he doesn't take Starlet away.
Alright. Cake took my Starlet away.
That's a 5.
Alright, wow, that's a lot. So, yeah, you're getting pretty close there. You are now 30 feet away from the one that's holding that laser bolt. Alright, and then now it is their turn. And you still see like the concentration on this guy's face. His hands are up, and the laser's like getting like closer and closer and closer to him, just super slowly. And as it is, it's like just darkening in color, but then also like becoming more and more transparent. And as that happens, it gets close to him, but then starts to disappear completely. And you see his arms go down, and he sees you running up, and he is going to kind of run northeast about like 15 feet and get behind one of the nearest floating cryotubes that has somebody in it and take cover behind it. And then he is going to take a shot at you at disadvantage, or at -2. Does a 6 beat your parry?
Yeah, it's 2.
Alright. And an 8 and a 5, a 13. What is your toughness?
5.
Alright. It gets 1 raise on you, so you will take a wound unless you soak it.
Soak.
They're actually shooting actual physical pistols at you with actual bullets.
Interesting.
Yep. And that brings us to the second guy, who is going to kind of lean out behind his from behind his cover and take a shot at you as well, since you're running right up there. Oh, it was a 2, so yeah, it does beat your parry. And
oh yeah, no, I'm super squishy. I should not be running up here, but Starlet's in danger.
and they got a 10, which does beat your toughness, and go up a raise, and so you take a real wound this time. Or wait, you're still already shaken, so you would have taken 2 wounds there. So be careful.
I don't know what this means. What does it mean to be wounded?
If you get 3 wounds, you go unconscious.
Oh, okay, cool.
Use a Benny.
Oh yeah, you still
Can
still
I
have
soak
more
another?
bennies, yeah.
Yeah, then I do that. Fuck it, use them all.
All right, so you're still just shaken. All right, and that will bring us to Charlie.
I'm gonna keep running towards them.
All right, it's a bold strategy everyone's using. And you notice that after this gunfire, there were several other Carl Sagans out here, like working on some of the Challenger equipment that you didn't see when you first got up here, and they are all making a break for the access doors that you came out of originally to try to escape the area after the one Carl Sagan got shot. And you notice that the one young one is still, like, he's taking cover behind the access doors, but he's still out there, trying to, see what's all going on here. And we will make it back around to James.
Okay, I will go up into the Challenger, and then I'll start calling out, "Yo, Jeeves, you in here? Jeeves!"
All right, so you get in the access port, and there's like sort of intercom buttons all over the ship, and so you quickly would press one of those and say that, and you do not get an answer.
If I have enough movement, I want to try and get to the cockpit.
All right, it's gonna take you quite a bit. That's like all the way up at the front of the ship. So it'll be
Another dash?
a couple of rounds. You can dash again, yeah. It'll definitely help you out.
Another 3.
All right. So it will probably take you another 2 rounds to get all the way up to the cockpit.
Jeez. Okay.
But along the way, there are other sort of access points that you could, poke your head out of and take shots, or there's other sort of different things. You turn on engines or look through the weapon systems, all that kind of stuff.
I guess I could, but I saw this laser didn't do anything, so I'm kind of a little perplexed.
All right, and that will bring us around to the other agent. You see him again reach down, kind of talk into his wrist as he's taking cover behind the cryogenic sort of pod here. And, okay, that's a natural 1. Yeah, he's gonna try to take a shot at you, Allison, and he takes a shot at you, and he misses you, and it misses Charlotte. It does, however, get young Carl Sagan in the shoulder as he's trying to, but failing to hide completely behind the door over on the other side. And you do see this. Oh.
Perfect.
And then as this happens, they are going to start to use their movement to run towards the control panel. So they're going to move north to max out their movement, and so basically they get behind another one of the cryopods. And the other one still hidden behind the sort of open door on the access building. They are going to kind of throw their hand up, kind of in your general direction, and let's see if this works. That's a natural 1. They attempt to They attempt to make the ground collapse in front of you, and instead the ground collapses underneath them, and part of the access roof access goes under with them. And so you see this crack, it starts over just about 5 feet in front of you, and it cracks the wrong direction and starts to crack back towards the sky. And you see all those weird sort of shifting, you almost feel a pull towards this area too as the gravity starts to collect in this area. And and the roof just starts to cave in and it collapses, and it takes one of the cryotubes down with it, and then also takes this man in black with it as well, including the doorway and part of the stairwell of this eastern roof access.
Well, that was easy.
Well, I don't think he's out of the woods yet. He's just down the floor. Let's move to Charlie. You just see part of the building collapse in front of Allison.
I'm gonna start running towards where the hole is.
All right, and remember there is another one that's kind of using another one of the cryotubes as cover.
I mean, I guess I can keep sprinting towards them, then that's fine.
All right, you're about 20 feet behind Allison now.
Mm-hmm.
You're making your way through the hull of the Challenger, Brian. What would you like to do?
Same as usual.
All right.
That's a 4.
All right. You've made your way 2/3 through the ship, as you're running through the hallways, past all your sort of musical equipment and break rooms and little sort of bunk spaces and all that kind of stuff. Every time you run past a window, you can just see stuff as you're running through, and this last time you're looking out the window and you see just part of the building collapse.
Sweet.
Boy, they must have made Charlie real mad.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Allison.
Okay, I'm gonna run up to as far as my normal movement takes me. I'm gonna try to shoot him from that point.
All right.
My shooting is abysmal, but maybe I'll popcorn. Nope, that's double 1s. I got no bennies.
Oh my god. You go to shoot, and the battery wasn't turned on your laser pistol, and so you click and nothing happens.
What is this piece of shit? Charlotte, you give me a bad gun.
And I will look at it as I wait for my next turn.
All right.
One would probably argue that it's best to give the worst gun to the worst shot, but I'm just saying.
Okay, that's fair.
That one is he's going to make a break for that control panel. And he's going to exhaust his movement. Let's see. It's going to go up, like, kind of hide behind, not the next cryo tube, but the one after that. And take, like, a quick pot shot at you.
Do it, pussy.
You won't.
I've got to roll. Got to give me a chance here. 6. So that definitely
That'll hit.
hits. Yep.
Yep.
And 6 is 4 over 2, isn't it?
My parry is 6, thank you.
Oh, I was shooting at Allison. She's the closest to him.
Oh, my bad.
And
Yeah,
That's
just
why
like
I said
tried
do
to
it,
shoot.
pussy.
Oh, okay. I was like, man, like you really want to lose one of your band members here.
Yes, my parry is still 2. Yes, my whatever the other
So 9, and that would
against
be
my toughness.
Yeah, against your toughness. So it's that would be 1 raise, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I
5
don't
plus
know what a
4.
raise
Yep.
is, but sure.
It's 4 over whatever the target is.
Oh yeah.
And so
sure
yep.
is.
Now you finally get an actual wound.
Nice.
Oh, and I forgot to make you roll those spirit rolls at the start of your turn each time, but oh well. Things haven't been going very well for you, so I don't think it would have helped. He, gets a wound on you, and is currently in cover. He's like basically 25 feet away from that panel that he's running to. The other one, you feel some more rumbling from down in that hole where the building sort of collapsed, and you see like the rubble start to crumble in a fashion to where it's like making sort of impromptu steps up to there. And that will bring us to Charlie.
How far away am I from the guy that I'm pursuing?
You are 70 feet.
Alright, same thing.
All right. So just going 30?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. With no shot?
Correctamundo.
All right.
Look, if you had no shot. I don't know where I was going with that one.
I want to say you were probably about to do Eminem lyrics, and I'm glad you stopped where you did.
I ran out. I don't even know anymore.
All right. Hey, do you want to know where else you ran?
Where?
To the cockpit! Yay! So if you were continuing your actions from before, yeah, you would have reached the cockpit at this time. And what's your plan here?
No sign of Jeevies?
Nope.
Do I get any bonus if I try and figure out how these controls work based on observation from the past? I cannot say that I've been all that observant in the past, though.
Roll me an intelligence check.
I know this is going to shock y'all, but it ain't high.
No.
But I got a popcorn! I guess I have been paying some attention. 6.
All right. So, you get up there and you sit down and you like just all of a sudden the idea comes to you. You're like, I know this. And then you just start like, yanking on stuff and you have no idea what you're actually doing. But the stuff that you are doing does happen to make some noises start to happen, and you start to see gauges light up and all this kind of stuff. And it does that for about like 3 seconds, and then all of a sudden all the gauge lights and everything go to red, and you start to hear like warning klaxons and all this kind of stuff of all the different systems of the ship that are currently disabled because they are lying in pieces on the roof of the research building.
Shit! Do I have any more time to try anything?
What would you like to try?
Oh, let's see. What do I know about guns on this ship?
You know that there are 2 forward cannons, and there's also 2 rearward cannons.
Did they look like they'd been dismantled from what I saw?
You definitely ran past a set of cannons, but you're not sure. Like, you only saw one set, so you're not sure if it's the front ones or rear ones that are currently dismantled.
Before I press any buttons, I'm going to scan out the... whatever you call it.
All right. As you look out, roll a notice check for me.
7.
All right. So you notice that you had just seen Allison run up to one of them just on the other side of a cryotube from it, and then like hold out her pistol, and then nothing happened, and she started to like sort of try to fix her gun, and then the man in black took off running north towards the tube, and you can see Charlie running in pursuit. And everybody's running, like, there's hardly any shots actually going on.
Are there, like, pictures of what's dismantled? Can I kind of get a visual?
You remember seeing an engine, what would look to you to be like some sort of energy core, and then also a big, double cannon thing. And they were all towards the rear of the aircraft.
I'm going to end my turn just so I can think of what I want to do.
All right. Which will bring us back to Allison.
So he's running away from me.
Yep, currently.
Okay. How far is he? Can I get there in 30 feet? I was 10 feet away from him before.
Yeah, you can. You'd be like basically 5 feet away from him if you get to him.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try to shoot this damn thing again. See if I fixed it in my 2 seconds of fiddling. Oh, well, that's a possibility. Okay, so that's 8, but -2, so back down to 6.
All right, that'll hit.
Okay. All right, that is a total of 8.
All right, that actually just barely the number you needed to hit was 8.
Nice.
And so yeah, you strike him with this laser, and it does not stop this time.
Hey, if they're distracted, it works.
All right, and so yeah, it gets hit with this laser, and you see him like kind of tumble to the ground, and then you see him like sort of start to get back up and limp, like still trying to get away. Okay, it's their turn now, and so yeah, they're gonna start limping. They're gonna roll a spirit roll d6. And it does not recover from shaken. And so, yeah, it is going to use its movement and get right up to the control panel. And it is going to end its turn by pushing the body off of it, of the other Carl Sagan. And then we get to the other one, and now the other agent is walking up the crafted stairs that it made out of the rubble from its first attempt to use a gravity attack. And it is going to get just up to the top of the stairs, and it is going to take a shot at Charlotte, who is the closest to him.
Do it, pussy.
A 2 will not hit you, unfortunately. And so, yeah, that's where he ends his turn, and it gets to your turn, Charlie.
I'm gonna go for the one that just shot at me. How far away is that one?
So 50 feet.
Of course. All right, I'll go 30 feet towards it.
All right. I love this fight. You're just like casually walking around this like battlefield. All right. And that will bring us back to James in the cockpit. Have you thought of something?
Yeah, I'm gonna call up Charlie on my cell.
All right.
Hello?
Hey, yo, I'm getting some readings here, and I would relay to her the things that have been dismantled, and then say, "Can this shit still fly?"
Well, I just popcorned on my D10, so
Yeah, so a really quick, easy answer to you that would come to you is like probably not, seeing that like when you walked out, you saw the energy core and the y'all's space, kind of propulsion system.
that's gonna be a negative, Ghost Rider.
Alright, thanks. Gotta go. And I'll hang up and immediately dial Jeeves.
All right. It just rings and rings and rings, and then all of a sudden you hear, "Hello, sir.
Fucking Jeeves!
May I help you, sir?"
Where you at, homie?
"I have no idea, sir. It's dark in here."
You can't do some sort of, like, sensor scan or some shit? You don't got night vision?
As you're saying this, you hear like a it sounds like a squeaky metal door open, and you hear like the phone being like, rumbled around with and stuff, and then all of a sudden you hear, "Hello!"
Yo, MO5, put Jeeves back on!
"I'm still right here too, sir."
Yo, MO5, where the fuck are you?
"I'm with our new friend."
I'm basically just gonna keep talking until you tell me my turn is ended, just so you know.
Okay, we'll get back to this on your next turn then.
Odyssey will be back in a moment. If you're a nerd who enjoys epic film scores, now all your fantasy and science fiction favorites are at your fingertips. Or lip tips. With the slide whistle. Learning to play the slide whistle is easy and affordable. With just 10 short lessons, you'll be on your way to impressing all your friends with epics from Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, and Harry Potter. All 10 lessons are available now for only $49.95 by going to Fantasy and Science Fiction Epics Played on the Slide Whistle so that I can finally make some friends.com. This is not a scam.
Now, back to Odyssey.
Let's go to Allison. You're like 25 feet south of him. Like, he's at the control panel now.
Okay, I'm gonna go try to knock him off the control panel.
Okay. So you're going to do this with a melee attack?
Yeah, I'm just gonna...
All right.
I don't know. Whatever the fuck that would be. Fighting, I assume?
Yep, run up and...
I don't have fighting.
Use fighting. You don't have fighting?
Nah, I don't have any of the shit that I'm trying to do. 1.
Okay, so yeah, he is still shaken, so he can't put up much of a defense, but yeah, you basically run up and just start like...
I'm still shaken too, aren't I? I haven't rolled a single spirit roll.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Roll a spirit roll first.
That's an 8.
Okay, well now you're not shaken, and you run up and do that horrible attack on him. Just like, pounding on him with your fists, but it's not really doing anything. It is kind of distracting him from trying to do what he's trying to do with the control panel. Then it will go to them, and they're going to see if they can get unshaken. And no, they can't. So now we just got, he's like trying to push in these buttons on the control panel and can't seem to get the right ones. And yeah, we'll just move on to the other one that is in the fight with Charlie. It is going to attempt another gravity attack. And that is a success. Charlie, the ground in front of you, like the cracks that are already around the roof area here, begin to sort of crack some more and splinter around, and it makes like a almost like a circle around you, and you feel this pull along with the ground giving way underneath you, and you fall down one floor along with all this rubble, and you'll take 10 damage.
All right, that'll raise. I'm shaken and a wound.
Okay. And you are now on the floor below as well. Now it is your turn. And you can still see basically like half of them, since he's like halfway up those steps that they made. The gravity craft or whatever. for one, you're close enough that you could get up to him to attack him melee, or you could even shoot him from where you're at too.
If you TPK us and then make us come back as B characters, Tim's gonna rage quit.
Oh boy.
I am going to spend my Benny to get rid of Shaken. And then I am going to walk up. I'm going to pull my knife out of my boot. And I am going to called shot to put it right in his stomach and just pull as fucking hard as I can. The goal being to open up said stomach and put all of his entrails onto the steps.
All right.
Descriptive.
Yeah, roll fighting.
It is in audio format.
That is a 14.
Okay. So
Charlotte's mad.
that definitely hits. So you get an extra die on your attack roll, and with the dagger.
Yeah, and it's D4s plus my strength, so I have 2 D4s and a D6.
All right.
Just give me a second. It takes a while for the D4s to get picked up. Okay?
Okay.
11?
Yes. Oh, I almost raised. But, yeah, so he's shaken. So you stab the knife in, and it just it doesn't, like, have the sort of fleshy purchase that you expect. But you do, you feel like the ripping of cloth, and you tear his suit up real good. And he's definitely shaken. From there, we will go to James. So you're still on the phone with Jeeves and MO5?
Yeah, Moss, we're up on a rooftop with a shuttle. Do you have any idea where you are in relation to that? We're like down below the Miss Jackson.
Oh, you're at the shuttle! I never thought to look there. I will be up there shortly.
Yo, but you gotta give me an indication of where you at, just in case something happens to you. We gotta get down there. Or wherever you are.
I'm downstairs with the Dean.
Shit. Alright, you know what? Just hang tight. Don't give any indication that you talk to me. We'll be there in a bit.
Okay, I've missed you.
Yeah, I missed you too, homie. And I'll hang up.
And then after you hang up, Jeeves is like, bye, sir.
I'm gonna exit out the nearest exit when I can.
All right, there is an exit kind of towards the front that you'd be able to slide down onto the wing with.
Before I do, I'd take a peek outside just so I know if I'm gonna get blasted as soon as I exit.
All right, so you peek outside and you see like Charlotte just like have the ground collapse underneath her, and she falls down a floor, and Allison and the other agent are basically having a slap fight by the control panel, standing over a dead body of a Carl Sagan.
It seems like everyone's sufficiently distracted, so I'll bail.
Okay. And yeah, so I'll just put you kind of out right on the edge of the wing here.
What's the distance to the ground? Can I get down?
Yeah, it's just like a few feet stuff, like probably about like 6 feet. Just tall enough to walk under. All right, and that will bring us around to Allison.
Okay, I'm gonna try to shove him off this thing again.
You're gonna try to shove him off the roof?
Well, off the console to start with. Off the roof if I can. How far away is the edge of the roof?
You guys are like 15 feet away from the edge of the roof.
I will aim that direction in my shoving attempt.
Okay.
And gonna do anything. But yeah, I spoke too soon. This is a lucky little D4. Jesus Christ. 12, 15. So minus 2.
Holy shit. Yeah, so his parry is 6, so you definitely succeed in that. And then we'll do an opposed strength roll to see. Are you trying to grapple him as you're like shoveling him, or just trying to knock him over?
Well, yeah, because I'm trying to get him to the edge of the roof. So I'm like holding on, pushing him that direction. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do an opposed strength. All right.
4.
All right. He got an 8. So you push him off of the console, but he doesn't get grappled by you.
Okay.
And the other one that just got stabbed by Charlie is going to clench his fist and make an attack back at our fine Charlotte Greenman. Alright, that's a 10.
Don't forget he's shaken.
Oh, so never mind then. And that was a 1, so he doesn't do anything. And that brings us back around to you, Charlie.
I want to stab him in the neck in a way that is just going to be grievously wounding, but without actually killing him.
Okay.
7?
Alright, yeah, that beats his parry.
That will be 7 again. Funny enough.
Alright, that does not beat his toughness. Yeah, you get, like, the knife in there, but it doesn't quite, like, connect in. There's just enough movement to make it a kind of dirty hit. And we will go to James again, who's now climbing off the wing.
I'm going to be hopping off and trying to get towards Allison, who's still tussling with the guard.
Yeah, you're closest to Allison, and you're about 40 feet away from their tussle.
I'll dash.
Alright, so you get there. Are you going to make an action at a -2?
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because basically, if you rolled anything but a 1, you would have, like, only been, 5 feet shy. And so I'll just give that to you.
I'll attempt to give him a running shove.
Alright. So, yeah, that'll be fighting at a -2 since you ran.
Double popcorn. That turns into 10, 9, 8.
Alright, yeah, that hits. Yeah, roll strength, and because you had that momentum, I'll give you a +2 on that.
4.
Alright. And I actually only rolled a 1, so yeah, you are successful in that. And now I want you to roll a d6 and see how far you're able to shove this guy.
5.
Alright, so yeah, you get him to the edge there. And so you and Allison are holding him at the edge. And I'll go ahead and grant you grappled status on him and stuff like that. So,
Oh, okay.
Allison, so you might be able to take him off the side right now.
Sweet. All right. All right, that's a 1.
Okay. So, yep, that didn't happen. He's still currently grappled by James, though, so not in too bad of a position here.
Lovely.
Am I grappling him like a high school wrestler? Because that has some pretty bad positions.
I don't know. It's up to you how you'd be grappling it. I just assumed you have you're holding his suit in your hands, like kind of like how a bully would, jack up some kid that he was pummeling.
I'm into it.
All right. Who does number 2 work for?
Basically.
And now it's their turn, so they're going to see if they can still get out of shaken finally. And nope. That's not good for them. And then the other one that is fighting Tim it got a 1, so also not out of shaken. And
you have rolled a lot of 1s.
It's kind of becoming a pattern for me. Maybe I shouldn't be buying these cheap dice. Maybe I should get a good set.
Maybe you should go over to sonerdware.com and find some.
Yeah. Hey, I heard that at Snow Nerdware? No, sonerdware.com. If you buy 3 sets of dice, you get how much off, Brian?
You get $3 off, and for a limited time, you get an additional set of dice sent to you for every 3 you buy on the house.
Yeah.
And the chances of that being way over by the time this is actually published are high.
Yeah, and you'd have to get the promo code too, which probably won't exist anymore.
Oh, yeah. So it's an ad that was both ineffectual and not even paid for.
But there's probably some really cool sale going on now, so go check it out.
This is like the real reason why Maddie decided to work with us, so that we could read ad copy 3 weeks too late. Fucking,
But you know what won't be free? Our merch, which you can find at sonerdware.com, and it is dandy.
Maddie, he saw how good we were at running our social media, and he's like, I need those guys
Yep.
to rep for me.
Although, in our defense, every single time that we've ever been on one of Maddie's streams, somebody has bought something from Maddie.
That is a good
Just throwing that out there.
It's true.
I mean, I had to shave in order to do it, but...
Worth it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't care. Facial hair grows fast. I'm not Brian. I don't look ridiculous without it.
Okay.
Oh, is that just hurtful? My bad.
You just confessed that you think cancer patients look ridiculous, so...
Jesus fucking Christ.
So you're a cancer patient now? Wait, what?
I look like it when I shave.
I want to make a fucking joke so bad, but I'm not going to.
That's why folks come here, for jokes as bad as this combat. Okay, so Charlie, you're gonna attempt stab number 3.
In the fucking neck? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Honestly, I don't know what's worse. Charlie gutting this poor person or us shoving a dude off a building.
6? Does that hit?
That does meet his parry, yeah.
Oh, thank the Lord, because I'm progressively rolling lower every single time.
You know, I've heard you say that before, and it dawned on me one day that you're just making stupids references.
100%. Oh, shit! I just rolled fucking max. That's 10.
Alright, yeah, that beats his toughness.
Now, like I said, I do not want to kill him.
They're already shaken, and then you get the knife in the neck. Yeah, like on extras, that like a 1 wound would be an incapacitation, but I will allow you to, do something before they lose the light of life in their eyes.
Okay, so if you're going to allow me to do one thing, I am going to keep twisting the knife, trying to get as loud of a noise out of them as I possibly can.
What the fuck?
Like, I want everybody on this fucking combat to hear it.
As you do, you start twisting this knife, and you don't actually get a satisfying noise that you were looking for at all. In fact, like, you start to see this thing start to incorporealize, and you like feel like a weird sort of like pull going on, but it's like a pull coming from everywhere around you instead of like towards a particular direction. The things that make up its like matter just seem to like go out into the air and almost like evaporate. You just feel like the area around you just sort of gained a little bit of mass, like in a weird way.
Will you give me time to make a phone call?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna call James.
All right. And so, yeah, you're like holding the guy over the edge, like Psycho Cop style, and and then your phone starts ringing.
Okay, with my free hand, I'll pick it up and say,
James in the hippity house.
Wow, I hate that you answer the phone like that.
I'm a little busy here.
Oh, yeah, right. Here's kind of the plan. I'm thinking I'm gonna try and do my best to repair that core, but the new plan is I want to overload the engine room to the Miss Jackson and try and set off an explosion to blow up both of these motherfuckers, and then we'll take off in the Challenger. What do you think?
Sounds good to me, but I don't know why you need my opinion.
That's a really good point. Why the fuck did I call you? Oh, I remember. Ha, you suck, James, and she'll hang up.
that motherfucker.
What's Charlie doing?
Before I answer, can I just shove this guy off the ledge?
All right, roll a attack, fighting.
I'm gonna Benny. Shit, I'm gonna Benny again. Okay, that's 2. I rolled a 5.
Since they are shaken, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it to you. Because I want this god-awful combat to end. and yeah, like, you give him a shove, and then I'll say Allison, like, kind of grabs his feet and kind of, like, catapults him over the side. As they're falling, you see them, like, speak something into their sleeve. Before they even hit the ground, like, their body just sort of, like, disintegrates into the sort of ether around, and kind of, the gravity sort of disturbance, like, you can see, like, a weird, almost lensing effect when it happens, and then it just kind of fades.
I don't know if I feel annoyed or relieved. Anyway,
I don't know. Charlie was telling me techie stuff about what she's gonna do to something to the Miss Jackson. I don't know. I couldn't follow. But anyway, I found out that MO5 and Jeeves are downstairs somewhere. I think Jeeves is inside of MO5 because he said it was dark and shit. But Moss said that he was with the Dean somewhere.
Okay, so do you have any idea who the Dean is or where they could possibly be?
Well, I figured we were going down below anyway. We could just look around.
Why the fuck would we go back down below? Starlet's over here.
Because I thought that we were going to get our homies and... I don't know. Let me call him again. I'll ring up Memo 5.
Okay.
While he's calling, I would... the baddies are all taken care of, right?
For the time being, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to walk over to where Starlet's thing is and try to start the de-freezing process, whatever.
All right. You walk over to the cryotube and you see her in there. You notice that on the control panel, it says that it's the controls are via remote right now.
Okay.
So Tim was saying the Dean is Carl Sagan. We would have known that from last episode, right? That sounds familiar.
I'm pretty sure they would have known that. That's just a strong assumption to make, whether you would actually know that or not.
Well, I can't do anything to this tube.
Yeah, and as you're doing that, and as James is about to call down, the young Carl Sagan is starting to walk towards you guys, like holding his bleeding shoulder.
Oh my god, they got you!
It would appear so.
I don't remember anything about this guy either.
Can I make my way over there so that somebody that has an idea what's going on is helping Allison besides just Allison?
Yeah, you make your way up those steps that were made out of the rubble and everything, and you can get back up to the top there.
Carl Sagan, I have bad news for you.
And what would that be?
So you're going to be joining the last 4 humans left alive.
Is that so?
Yeah, you're gonna show me where the engine room is here, and we're gonna fucking overload it, and then we're gonna escape, and, kill everybody on board.
Can I do one thing first?
I guess it depends on what that thing is.
I'd like to get some others. Ones that would be willing to help.
How do I know I can trust the other ones?
I helped you.
Okay, but you also have been a part of a horrible dictatorship whose plan has been to kidnap autonomous beings, and so, that to me doesn't seem like super cool, and I have a hard time trusting that, you know what I mean?
Fair, but you've also murdered several people since I've only met you a short time ago. From the looks of things, we're probably the best people that you've met.
Here's the thing. I don't judge myself to the same standards I judge other people to. And if you'd learn to do the same, you'd understand where I was coming from.
We're all just trying to make our way.
I know, but only when I'm making my way do I understand it. You know what I mean?
Precisely.
Yeah. I guess you can try and get your friends, but, I'll murder any of them that I see any wrong moves from, just so you fucking know. And you'll all look alike, so who's to say it wouldn't be an accident with the wrong one,
I'll keep that in mind.
She's gonna kind of rub her face, and she'll have some of the blood on her hands, and just, kind of...
He motions over to the cryotube and looks over at Allison. Was this a friend of yours?
Yes, she was traveling with us when she was abducted. Do you know how to open these things?
Yeah, so over here on the panel, they're all accessed via remote. And he kind of starts to click away on there. And he can't help but look down sadly at the corpse of the other Sagan that's down there. That man taught me everything I knew. But he finishes, and then, he hits a button, and then you see, the red lights turn green on all of the tubes that are down here, and then you look up and, to the main shaft that goes up into the Miss Jackson, and they all start to turn green on their tubes too, and you start to see, gases start to, hiss out the sides and everything, and color start to go back into the skin of the inhabitants of these tubes. And then slowly, one by one, they start to open.
Sweet. Thank you.
It's, no problem.
Whew, we had one person free. Okay, so now has James been having this conversation with MO5 while I've been doing all this?
Yeah, let's switch over to that conversation.
Okay.
What was that?
What?
I burped at the same time that Brian coughed.
Oh, okay.
That was 2 noises, not 1. It would have been really impressive if it was 1.
Oh, man. Shitted, farted, and feed. All right. So, James, how did your conversation go?
Oh, so MO5 answers?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hello. Hello, sir.
Change of plans. You better come up here.
You forgot to say goodbye to me, sir.
Goodbye. And I'll hang up.
Goodbye. Okay, that was quick.
And then I'll join the group.
Okay, so Starlet's coming. She'll wake up here in a minute, and then were you able to find them, or are they coming, or what?
Yeah, Moss says he's on his way up.
And he has Jeeves in his compartment or whatever?
Yeah, they're together.
Okay, Charlie, this is broken. And it looks like it's going to take a lot of work to fix the shuttle. So what happens if we, blow up the Miss Jackson? Will the shuttle blow up too?
Well, so I'm gonna fix the shuttle. What's the plan, I guess? Or I suppose I could put the Miss Jackson on a course for you guys and take care of business while you guys are, escaping.
What do you mean blow up the Miss Jackson? That's got a ton of people on board.
Well, no, we're not gonna blow up the Miss Jackson. I'm going to I'm going to set a navigation point so it'll start heading away, and I'll wait to blow up this station until you guys are far.
Now that's the kind of plan I can get behind.
Yeah,
What powers this thing, Carl? And she'll point at what we're standing on.
Yes, this continent ship is basically run off of black hole gravitation using space warping. We really don't move that fast. We're warping everything else around us in a field.
But theoretically, we could possibly break open the containment of that black hole.
We absolutely could.
Now you're speaking my fucking language, Carl. I guess the first step is to get on the Miss Jackson and plot a course, huh?
Do you mind if I speak to that friend first?
Do you, Carl?
Okay, let's go. And, he starts to try to lead you guys towards the stairs, and before you get to the access, the light of the sky all of a sudden brightens up, because it was a dark rich night sky to where you could see all these stars everywhere and everything, and all of a sudden it all just lights up really bright, and then it kind of turns blue, and then it kind of turns into this gigantic screen that fills up the whole sky, and you see a sort of long drapery that fills up the whole screen, and a podium, and on that podium is a placard with an eagle on it. You see a very familiar looking man walk up to the podium. My fellow Americans, we have come a long way together. We have left our home, embarked on an incredible journey, reached the extents of our entire galaxy, and then beyond, crossed paths with enemies and allies alike. All this in pursuit of a shared goal to understand the impetus of what set our destiny in motion, to find out the motivations behind the dark days that befell us so many generations ago. At long last, it seemed like we were near the achievement, and that our investigation would lead to a fruitful end and a peaceful outcome. However, this turned out not to be the case. I regret to inform you all that it has been concluded that the Canaveral 3, known as Charlotte Greenman, Allison Taylor, and James Lamb, were traitors to their country, and continue to be as much. Today, I've just gotten word that after a high-speed chase in Cocoa, Florida, they made their way to under Jacksonville. They have carried out a terrorist attack on our beloved University of the United States of America. They are to be considered very armed and very dangerous. I would hope that you all would help us bring these three to justice in any way you seem fit. I'm not sure how to end that speech. I ran out of lines on my page. And it was at the end of my notebook. I wrote literally make something up, and I can't at the moment.
Good luck and good night.
Yeah. I'll just say that, party on, dude. Nah. You guys shrug it off and then walk into the roof access stairwell at the end of his speech there.
Where did we see that?
It was literally lighting up the entire sky.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
You know, being dead was pretty cool, but being a terrorist is way better.
I'm just kind of lost at this point. I don't know what the fuck we're doing, but let's do it. We're gonna go get MO5?
We're gonna kill Ronald Reagan. Even better.
I mean, there's like a whole bunch of them, so what difference does it make, right?
Well, I would assume that, you know, you really are ruining what is a special moment for me.
I mean, yeah, let's go kill that actor, motherfucker.
Thank you. All right? And fuck California.
Yes. Is that better?
Yes, Florida's always been better, and they've always thought they were better than us. But you know what? Does California have Jacksonville? Does California have a Oh, they do have a Disney. Never mind.
Yeah, but do they have a California man?
Goddamn right they don't, James. You're goddamn right they don't. And on top of that, do you know what else they don't have? The King of Jacksonville, Fred Durst. And she'll genuflect real quick. Father, Son, Holy Ghost.
Yeah. So, yeah, like as you guys are having this conversation, you're going down the stairwell, and eventually you get back to the floor that has that big sort of atrium. Is that what we decided to call it? And on the other side of that is the dean's office. The Carl Sagan that you guys are walking with leads you in there, and you enter into the office, and you see your friend's MO5 and the little, disc that holds the AI for Jeeves, and you see a much, much, much older Carl Sagan there.
So what's the happy haps, old man?
Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you all.
I'd say likewise, but we've met like 18 of you, so...
Only 18? That's quite surprising in a place like this.
Fair enough. Well, we're gonna blow up the Continental ship, so I'd probably recommend evacuating.
Yeah, that.
I think that's a very good idea. I've got something that I think could help out with that I worked out with a friend. And just at that moment, he clicks on a little communicator thing, and you see like a small image of...
If that's Fred Durst, I'm gonna die, Carl Sagan.
No, it's actually Mr. Dwight. Excuse me, Dwight. It's time to execute Order 69. And at that moment, you can hear like any of the other clones that were in the office that you walked into, and you can like even hear communicators start to light up, down the hallway and along other rooms with lectures going on. They all of a sudden stop, and you just hear this echoing of execute Order 69. And all of a sudden, all the clones stand up as one, and you can see Dwight on the communicator that the old Carl Sagan is holding, presses a little button on his keypad, and then he says, "Your hive mind is activated."
If you dig what you hear, we could use your support. Pledge a Patreon tier if you wanna hear more. Patreon.com/LCPDND. Sign up or sign on. It's the fucking place to be. Come and see how we're doing like your Matt LeBlanc. Cause you're only fans, go to horny jail. If you wanna hang out, join our Discord server. Come and see what it's about, even as an observer. Find a link in the episode description or at lcpdnd.com. Time to see exactly what you're missing. Content to make your face palm. Boy! Check out Twitter at LCPDND. Tim is I to grab your gun. But why? Don't ask me. Chris is Chris Riley, LCP. Kim is MET to the motherfucking Z, girl. Brian is manly. Brian, aka Bust a Cap. Know what I say? I'ma call it a night, but you know where I'm at. I'm busting caps, cause you know I'm about that. Peace, homie. You know, this whole thing was trash. We need to start over.